Hey everybody, happy Halloween Eve. Hello, hello everybody's here. Thank you so much for being here. I'm getting a warning on the quality, the internet quality. Hopefully it'll be okay. Hello, so glad you're here. I think I've moved the lights down, so I'm more visible now. I got some more command strips with the hooks, command strips. And usually they sit up high. I got another set and I put them down lower so the lights can be propped up where they should be. It's kind of dark in the background though. I have to do something about that. And yes, I've got very big hair on purpose. So let's try this. So I hope you are having a wonderful evening. The chat has gone completely silent here. There, that should help. It's a little, oh gosh, it is a bit skew-if, isn't it? But anyway. Okay. All right, so I've got my Halloween 60s thing going on, sort of. And hello everybody. The graphics it's the same artist who did these. And that's why when I found this, I was just like, I have to have it. But I couldn't find any more. I wanted to put in the headless cat but I couldn't find it. Anyway. Okay. Yes, Boo-Boos and Kitties walking in and out. And yeah, that's about it. So my costume in the morning, I'm not going to spoil it, but I hope I pull it off. I guess it'll be okay. Hello, lucky girl. I'm so glad you're here. So, I won't be using my Halloween deck for a while. It's starting to age a bit. It's starting to show its age. This last month, I don't know. It was fine. It was fine, and then this last month, it was just finally starting to give up the ghost, as it were. Hello, Boo Boo. Hello, Boo Boo. So, I am here. You've got me for 2 hours. What would you like me to read on? Oh, Byron's also in the house. Hello, Byron. And Patsy's here. Kathy W. Who else have we got? We do have a pretty small group, which is good. Michelle's here. Hello, Michelle. Long time no see. Kathy W. Lynette is here. Hello, Lynette. I didn't get to hear it yet, but I hope the thing you did today, I hope it went well. Okay, so it's just the group of, oh, Rob's in the house. Hey. Yeah, it's been a long day, Lynette says. Okay. So, Rob. Hey, Rob. All right, so let me think of something Halloween. It did go well. Oh, good. Oh, that makes me happy. I know you were. I know it can be stressful. So, is the veil really thinner on Halloween? Is it really? We talk about it being that way. Traditionally it was, but is it really? Good. Is the veil really thinner on Halloween? Did I just hear a kitty yawn? That's what I think of your question. Good. Is the veil really thinner? Okay, the card for the question is the traveling back and forth. Oh, Patsy, I like your thinking. Good. Oops, sorry. Okay. There's the devil. 2 of Swords. King of Swords. Oh my gosh. Boy, this is aging suddenly. King of Cups and Ace of Wands. Is the veil thinner? Ooh, ooh, it's very spooky feeling. This is traveling between the worlds. From the underworld, this is a ghostly figure. And it feels, oh, okay. I think I understand what's going on here. Think of a neighborhood. All right, think of your local neighborhood at Halloween. There are mischievous little imps running around, and so you get your astral police, as it were, going around. No, stop. They quit it, and you've got your people keeping an eye on things. It isn't that the veil is necessarily thinner naturally. It's more that when you have so many people thinking about it at the same time, it should, it will have effects. If you have everybody thinking about Christmas Day is the best day of the year to meditate. It is so fantastic. You just calm everything, and you can just you just get flooded with that sense of, obviously not everybody's happy on Christmas Day. Obviously it can be bad. Not everyone's Christian, but a lot of people who aren't Christian celebrate some form of a Christmas Day or celebrate or try to make things nice on December 25th. So that energy, that little bits of energy, it builds up. So that's what's happening. It isn't anything specific happening on this day of the year versus another day of the year. Really, it's just we kind of decided this was it. It's a little cooler. It's a little. It's starting to get a little darker at night. Oh my gosh, it's like kitty overload here. It's like white kitty overload. Kitty, white kitty. Almost, well, wannabe white kitty. Technically white kitty, white kitty, white kitty, white kitty. Hey, Kevin, good to see you. I'm sorry, I was like getting the link up, or getting the post up. I only got it up within the last hour. Sorry about that. Laurel says no such thing as kitty overload. Well, that's what I think, obviously. So, lucky girl. Oh my gosh, I just noticed the ghostly kitties in your overlay in the top corner. They're so cute. Oh, good. Yeah, we just started. Little kitties. It's like they're rubbing their little paws together. Wahahaha. Laurel says we have 6 cats. Wow. Some nice Earl Grey. That's exactly what I needed. All right. Well, since you guys aren't asking questions, I will continue. It is the night before Halloween. I've been starting to do a lot of research on astrological things that are going to be happening in the next 50 years. Because next Saturday is next Saturday is my birthday, and yeah, I know I keep saying it over and over, but the theme, when some other readers are going to come by, is that the theme's going to be 50 years in the future, 2071. So that's kind of where my head is. Byron's asking, what special do you have planned for your Big 5-0? For the channel, a bunch of other readers are going to come in. I don't want to say who, because last time, the past couple of times, some of them couldn't make it, or got the time wrong, or so. But I'm going to have people come in, and we're going to read about 2071 and what the world's going to be like. Should be very interesting. I'm hoping it's not depressing. Just being honest here. I imagine it'll be fun. I've had dreams about future lives for most of my life, so I know we're going to make it through this. At least my beliefs are that we're going to make it through this. My belief is that these things are kind of real. Are kind of real? Very real. But anyway, as real as I can guess. No, for you personally. Oh, well, I am getting a chocolate mousse cake, a vegan chocolate mousse cake from Chicago Diner. And I have a gold, it's right here. I'll grab it. Nobody's going to see it. Here we go. All right. I got this. I assume it opens. Or not. You'll be 51 by the time you get it open. Oh, lucky girl. I just noticed. Whoa, sleeping on the chair. Yep. Okay. That's going on top of my cake. So. And apparently these candles, the flames themselves are slightly different colors. I never have I seen such a thing. And I showed it to my mom, and she said, yeah, she's seen that. So in work, and they actually do work. So that in a vegan chocolate mousse cake. So this will be in the top with these candles. I got a t-shirt, which I think you'll like. It's fun. And that I'm going to save for a week from now, for the live stream. And it's not earth-shattering. It's just, I like to have something special for these things. And I am planning on, I'm going to order out at a place that does Middle Eastern food, doing a vegetarian platter with dolmas and hummus and pita bread, and I'm going to celebrate with family. Since I've got family all around here, I've got celebrate with family, and I want to get HBO Max. Is it this week? I want to watch Dune. That's what I'm planning for my 50th birthday. So, yeah, the candle. Oh, the candles do have different colored flames. They're pretty cool. Oh, thank you, lucky girl. So, yeah, that's what I'm planning. So this week is kind of a big thing. This is the crescendo of October, which how much I put into Halloween. And then is my big birthday. I had my 1000th episode. Then there was October, Halloween, my birthday, and then basically I'm going to be spending most of November in a panic, trying to get the last bits of my book to get it edited and things like that. My mystery novel, which is coming out on December 4th. And then there's Christmas. So, and I haven't thought into the new year yet. But Lucky Girl says, please take a picture of your cake with that fancy sign and your colored candles and show it to us later. Oh, absolutely. Kevin Brazil says a no combustion in the house rule exception. True. That is true. Yeah, I don't do candles. I'd like to be able to burn this, but oh, nay. Basically, I just end up sneezing. So gets rid of negative energy, I guess, when you sneeze on it. No, not nice. Anyway. So, yeah, I've been making covers for both sets of live streams, and trying to get as much done ahead of time, because I'm hoping by mid-December, hoping to get sort of as quiet a time through mid-December as I can get. Of course, it won't happen that way, but that's what I'm hoping for. So just do the live streams and because I'm sure in January I'll ramp up and do something else ambitious. So, but I really love hanging out with you guys like this. I feel like I can really just be myself. I feel like, it's like we can talk about anything, and I'm not worrying in the back of my head about complaints from people who, I get a few less downvotes on days when I wear my shorter nails. I get more downvotes on days when I have my longer nails, and on and on and on and on. Byron is saying, I don't think you'd be happy if you didn't overcommit yourself. Yeah, there is a certain amount of I want to do quality work, but I want to create, and I have this opportunity. So anyway, but I do want to. Oh dear, how silly! What? Oh, about the nail length. Oh yeah. It happens all the time. But this is a real dream opportunity to hang out with you guys. Really, it is. It's very special, and I appreciate you more than you know. So, all right. Let me think. What else about Halloween? And a lot of, quite a few of you are here every month, so you've heard a lot of my stories already. You've heard my ghost stories, and heard about the guy in my car. You've heard, of course, about the ghost that inspired the Dead World novel. Lucky Girl says, I still love your copper-colored nails. So cool. Oh, I'll have to wear those Monday. I have a request. Monday. Copper nails for Lucky Girl. Made a note. Okay. Patsy Ruth says, I love the emerald. Oh, okay. I could wear that Wednesday. Emerald. Wednesday for Patsy Ruth. Any other requests? I'm taking requests. Minuit Maya. Some stories are good enough to repeat. That's true. Kevin is saying, you're great at what you do. We don't blame you for keeping the pedal down. Smart. Thank you. I'm just really feeling like I can just express myself. So, and I really want to get other people feeling like they've got a place to express themselves, like, and to value what they have to express. That's very important to me. Patsy Ruth, oh, I feel special. Oh, you are special. We are each very, very special and precious. We are. So, lucky girl, I may not be around for your live on Monday. I'm babysitting a kitty. Oh, clipping another kitty's nails for an elderly guy I know. Oh my gosh. What day do you think you might be around? You know, or you could watch on replay. But whatever works. Is Boo Boo? Come on, internet, don't do this. Be nice. Be nice. Is Boo Boo bothered by any of the spirits I read on? I'm glad you're here, Michelle. Is Boo Boo disturbed, worried, bothered? Boo Boo. Precious Boo Boo. Good kitty. Okay. He's a little spoiled. Oh boy. Rob says, is Boo Boo Zen Kitty bothered? Just look at the chair. Yeah, but sometimes I read and sometimes it gets kind of heavy and who knows. So Ashley says, I feel like Boo Boo just wants mom happy. Okay. Lucky girl, just don't do it for me. Just wear them when the mood or creative spirit inspires you. Oh, but I love those nails too. So any excuse. And Lynette, we'll look at, was there really a headless horseman? Absolutely. Okay. The emperor there. Emperor Boo Boo Zen Kitty. Knight of Bats. Oh, worried kitty. That word kitty or no, he's when I'm worried. Oh, he doesn't like it. Oh, look at that. That's us. Aww. I specifically got chairs that were this wide so we could sit together. Not any of the cats, either of the cats. Chariot. Two of Ghosts. High Priestess. This feels very much like him up here. He's keeping an eye on things. But I think it sounds really self-centered of me, but it sounds like he is more concerned. He's more focused on me. But definitely there are, as I'm doing this work, the energy and spirits coming and going. So not sure what this is. Other than he really hates being in the car. What is this chariot? Hello, Jessica. It feels like a lobby. People coming and going in an orderly fashion. Okay. Seven of Pentacles, Magician, Knight of Cups. Oh, it's like a highway, like Grand Central Station. People, there's a lobby. Oh, it's a lobby of death. We're getting kind of starting to get Beetlejuice energy. It's like the lobby for dead people. And different people who did different things, they come and go. Mostly he wants me to be okay. He keeps an eye on me. And Big Mom. He was taken away he was abandoned on the side of a road. He was found alone as a kitten. He was less than a year old. He was just found abandoned. That's why he's named Bailey. It's the name of the street he was found on. And I wasn't supposed to keep him. We were just going to look after him because the woman who found him and wanted to keep him had a cat who was like 20 and was going to have no patience for having a kitten in the house. That was not an option. But, duh, you put a cat in my house, I'm going to bond with the cat. So I made sure I got to keep him. He wouldn't know that person. He barely knew that person. He knew that person for like, what, a couple of days? Knew me for years. So, anyway. Thank you, Kevin. That is very sweet. Girl, he hates being in the car. Oh, he does. Oh, good. I'm glad. So, was there a headless horseman? Was there a headless horseman? Of an Ichabod Crane. Da-da-da. Oh, running off the ledge. 4 of Cups. 4 of Cups, 4 of Wands. Sun. No, I'm not getting anything like that. So, Kevin is saying it was Boo and Kitty's soul contract to end up with you. Probably. I hope so. Hello, Sean. I like your emojis. Ashley, what do pumpkins think about being carved? Yeah, I have some notes I made. It's not a full thing, but it was kind of modern, modern fantasy, small town where a lot of things happen and a lot of mystical things happen, but they try to keep it quiet. And so there's a main character, a woman who's, well, I should say there's an investigator, a man who's come into the town, and she's just trying to act totally like this is totally normal. But there are things you just don't do. And one of them is you don't carve pumpkins because they instantly become like possessed and they can talk and they kind of rattle around and can move themselves a little bit. And their body and what have you. And they're all kind of things. I haven't really thought out the whole, it's called the town of Hallow, the town of Hallow, but I haven't thought it all through. I do know there's one house there in the town where they go to the house to, look for clues and to disappearance. and the house looks like a model home where it's like there's like nothing here. No, it's like it's clean though, but nobody lives here. It's like, no, there's someone lives there. This is somebody's home. And what she knows is that the big house itself is she likens it to like the little house you put in a fish tank, because it's actually owned by the gnomes outside. Anyway. Those pumpkins look pretty happy. 3 of pumpkins, carving, planning, Empress, little pumpkins. They're fine with it, and the reason they are fine with it is because there are people who are fruitarians, and I didn't know what that was for a long time. I was like, how could you live on just fruit? It's not just like sweet fruit. For those who don't know, it's the basic idea that there are certain plants that are specifically growing things to say, here, take it. Take this and go far and take the seeds way over there. Here, take it. And that's what pumpkins are. It's just a vessel for the seeds. Here, go, be gone, do your thing. And plenty of other, trees and bushes and plants who create a fruit, or something, certain kinds of vegetables where it's like you don't harvest the whole plant, you just cut off the bits that have the seeds inside. So that's what I'm getting about pumpkins. It's the plant itself, really, and the plant's like, good, go, go, go. Giant seed pods, yes, Maya, exactly. Kevin Brazil says, I don't know actually, but I have carved some with a chainsaw. True story. Onlookers loved it. I'll believe it. Ashley said they get turned into pumpkin pie too and baked seeds. At least that's what I do with them. Yum. Tried planting them, but the dogs eat the leaves. Yeah. Let's see. What else could I read on? It's Halloween. Will Halloween, as we see it, will this continue on through the centuries? I mean, things may change, like not going to people's houses because it's not safe, or what have you. But actually, Sarah, who's with me on the 4 o'clock creative sprints, she's been dealing with 6 kids, 3 of her own, 3 foster, and now their mother as well. It's a very long, complicated story. Oh, jeez, that poor woman. Anyway, but she was just telling me that she was pleased because her father wanted to know if the kids wanted to go to trunk or treat. Trunk or treat. And basically, it's done, this particular one, it's done by the police. And they just, and you go there, and the kids have their costumes, and they go all the way in a U around the parking lot to the different cars, getting all different kinds of candy. And they come back. She's like, it takes 20 minutes. They come back with a full thing of candy. They're like, hey, Mom, look. And she's like, great, let's go. She says it's the best thing ever. Sean Miller says, I wished people a happy Halloween today at work. They looked at me like I'm crazy. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, no, really? Somebody's got some fireworks going. I don't like fireworks on 4th of July. You scare the animals. You scare the animals and people with PTSD. Don't do that. How is Halloween? Is Halloween going to continue through the centuries? Because, at some point, lots of people are not going to be on Earth. They're going to be elsewhere. Night of Ghosts. Depends on if it's something they grew up with. Stories they were told as children. I love this. Laurel Sorensen saying, I know a medium who communicates with pets. She was walking her grand doggy, and he, a husky, of course, asked about the pumpkins all the kids were talking about. She explained Halloween and pumpkins, and the dog asked for a pumpkin for himself. So every year she bought him a pumpkin he could carry around. Oh. 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 Kevin is saying Dia de los Muertos. It's huge in Texas and the Latino community. Okay, I probably just completely murdered that. My Spanish is non-existent, obviously. Lucky Girl saying trunk or treat is done now in some bigger cities. Instead of doing the door-to-door to strangers' houses, it seems like a much safer alternative for concerned parents. Yeah, especially if it's the police who are doing it. I mean, all right. Ace of Swords. There's the star. Eight of Swords, Three of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. It feels like it'll wax and wane with how much cultures are wanting to celebrate the changing of the seasons. Because that's the other thing we're going to run into is if we don't get climate change under control, it's going to be like August at Halloween in a lot of places. There will be some constrictions. But there's a truth to it, a celebration of the changing of the seasons and our history. And they may not celebrate it or do much, or it'll turn into an excuse to have a party. But when we are among the stars, it feels like you'll be able to go to someone centuries from now and talk about the Day of the Dead or just Halloween, and people know what you're talking about. Communicating with them will be interesting, but they'll know the concept if you can explain to them. But this is bad climate stuff, and this is trying to get closer to nature. So that's what I'm getting. It'll survive in some form, but all of my readings about the future, it's just climate change. It's like, okay, I get it. Ashley, star card, I think. Second one, the cat's eye looked like it winked. I don't know if anyone else saw that. Oh. Ashley says, for real, we just got cold here. And by cold, I mean 74 right now. Yeeps. In Texas. Sean Miller says it's 59 and raining in New York City. Nice. Oh, wait, I missed something up here. Sorry about that. Rob said, I heard of a neighborhood in Florida who will have a challenging Halloween. Turns out, at twilight, bears come out and start foraging in the neighborhood. Yeah, stay can we read on? Unless you guys have suggestions. How about what is the coming year? Since we're getting near the end of the year, I know it's still a couple of months off, and I'm not putting up the Christmas decorations. I'm just saying I'm doing a lot of stuff for November and December. So January and on, what is 2022 going to look like for us? A lot of work to clean up after the COVID mess and what have you, but also the ability to work. So that's good. Yeah, did you guys see sorry to bring up politics, but did you guys see in New York City, there were some people, the firefighters and EMT and what have you, there was some kind of mandate that by 5 o'clock the other day, they had to be vaccinated or they'd go on unpaid leave, be put on unpaid leave. And one of them said, well, just you wait until you need an ambulance and there isn't one that can come to you, can get to you. And I'm thinking, considering my mother has COPD, you're actually as likely to kill her as, how is that? Anyway, I just thinking of that. And it was like, what? Don't want you to come. Lucky Girl says, before COVID, I used to throw a dress-up Halloween party for all us grown-ups with lots of candy, chocolate chips, and popcorn. Oh, yum. We were all nerdy and just played Rock Band and Ennui all night. Cool. Sean Miller says, we have foraging skunks that come out after dark. Oh, okay. Lucky Girl says, Sean, oh my. Well, just don't pet the black and white striped kitties. Byron saying, Dr. Vicky and Marianne. Oh, I was watching that video this morning. State that our prime day for our Pluto return is February 22nd, 2022. That is 2/22/2022. What do the cards have to say? Oh, I've been reading about this for weeks. Lynette wants miso soup. Cool. Ashley, I have an astrology question. Okay, we'll get to the astrology question in just a second. 2022, yeah, we've said COVID. 5 of Wands, King of Swords, 6 of Swords, 9 of Cups. These are very, very similar to the cards I got earlier today, or yesterday, or whenever it was. Beyond the COVID stuff and the right stirring things up, there are going to be a lot of arrests and a lot of people there are going to be a lot of indictments, a lot of people going to prison. And this it just feels like more Democrats in Congress. Democrats working together. That's just what I get. So nothing really surprising in these cards, unless I'm just completely misunderstanding. So no, that's going to make some miso soup. Oh, good. Okay, so many twos. Yes. Okay, so Ashley has an astrology question. Okay. As a Capricorn ascendant, okay, does Pluto play on both my natal chart as well as the US one, like on top of that, or how does it work? Does Pluto play on both my natal chart? Okay, I may be misunderstanding what you're saying, but it shouldn't. What your ascendant isn't an issue. Oh, unless you're saying it maybe is it in late, maybe your ascendant in late Capricorn, like right around where Pluto is in the US chart. So the Pluto return will hit your ascendant as well as be a Pluto return for the country. Yeah, when Pluto goes over your ascendant, it's you'd already be feeling it, and it would be plowing the field. Whatever isn't healthy. Am I affected by both charts? Yes. Yes. I mean, if you think about the Pluto return for the US, it's affecting all of us, because that, and we, those of us who say, I'm an American, it's going to affect Americans. So, and people living in America. So, wherever America is. So yeah, you definitely feel it. It's the same way, towns have their own charts too. And you can even go to Astro Theme and you can look up specific towns and cities. So it does affect you, but obviously your own chart is the key one. That's the one you'll feel. But so basically what you're saying, I think, is that the US, for the US, the US Pluto is sitting on your ascendant, and has been sitting there all your life. So it may not have as much of an effect just because you're so used to it. But the transit should usually have an effect. Just come in and start, just plowing the fields, and if there's anything that's not healthy, it'll knock it down. And anything that is healthy, it'll leave alone. And then it'll just carry on its merry way, and you just go, okay, all right, let's start rebuilding. That's my understanding. Sean Muller saying, I'm also a Cap rising 7 degrees. Okay. And Ashley, yours is back at 13 degrees. I don't think either of you are going to be affected by this Pluto return. Where's my astrology file? It's right here, actually. Ta-da! Sarah got me back into using actual files. Donald Trump. I was just looking at your chart for... No, that's not it. She not only got me using paper folders again, of course I had to organize everything. All the information I have on different things. So we're looking at the US Pluto return. Okay, Greg Abbott, Steve Bannon, Joe Biden, Democratic Party, Ron DeSantis, me, January 6th Select Committee, Joe Manchin, the ghoul herself, Kristen Sinema. Really? I'm floored. I know I've got a ton of information on the Pluto return. Is that what this is? Okay. Nope. This is about Texas. I don't know what I did with it. But Lucky Girl says, for those who are interested, please check out Astro Theme. Thank you for the link. Ashley says, I can feel the heaviness. Well, it's still in your first house, which is your sense of self. How you appear to others. It can be quite a weight. I mean, if the field of your life is being plowed, it's not light. But in the U.S. chart, I'm just floored. I do not have this right at my fingertips. News. Hang on, let me just check one other thing. Well, that's quite disappointing. There's one other place I can check. I do so like when it's like, see, I spent all this time organizing and I can just put my hand on whatever information I'm looking for. Maybe not always. All right. Blue tab. Before the blue tab should be more astrology stuff. Nation, U.S. The U.S. Yes, here it is, right here. The Pluto return. The U.S. Pluto is at 27 degrees and 33 seconds. And this. All right. Nifty new candles. You need to move. There we go. All right. All right. Is this visible or is it too bright? It's probably a little bit better. Okay. This is the U.S. chart, and these are the transits on February 20th, 2022. So Pluto is here. It's at 27 degrees and 33 minutes. Yes, 27 degrees, 33 minutes of Capricorn. So it's near the end. It's about to go into Aquarius. That's in the U.S. chart. Right here is the transiting Pluto. It's right there. And on that date, it will be at, go down in this chart here, Pluto, it will be at 27 degrees, 32 minutes. So that day, it will tick over to be precisely. So transiting Pluto, natal Pluto will be in the same place for the U.S. What you guys are talking about at, what was it, 13 and 7? Pluto can have a bigger effect over a wider range, but you still, I mean, once you get 10 degrees away, you're not going to feel it. Not really. No, just no. And usually it's more like 3 to 5 degrees away that you feel it. Yeah, this is, here, do it this way. This is 27. I think that's 13. And that's 7. See, this is where Pluto actually is. Where you guys are talking about back here, it's a long way away. Long way away. So as far as Pluto's already gone over. If your ascendant is back here, Pluto's already gone over your ascendant. It did a number of years ago. And you made it through. All's well. Good. So What is an imam coli? The IC. It's the opposite of the midheaven. It's the lower. What does it directly translate to? I don't know the Latin. I can't remember. I just know that it's in the way that the midheaven is your status, where you go, where you're going in life, your career. The IC is where you grew up, how you grew up, where you're coming from. Ashley saying, so it already plowed through. Yep, apparently. Yeah. Oh, Sean saying, snuggled up with 8 pillows, a fluffy comforter, and my tea. It was a difficult week. Well, I'm glad you're okay now. Michelle is saying, hopefully February 22nd will be Indictment Palooza then. Yeah. Yeah, I hope so. And yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've been kind of wanting to look at this chart a little bit, but not now. What are you? Oh, yeah, I was looking at Trump's chart for November 19th during the eclipse. Ooh, buddy. Sucks to be you. All right. Oh, sorry. Okay. Lynette says, I'm just looking at my chart. It's a new feature they're introducing in February 2022. Okay. Okay. So, is there anything else I can answer for you? Any thoughts that have anything that's been plaguing you? Just let me know. Otherwise, I will just try to think of something else here to read on. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, good, Ashley. Good. Eclipse season coming soon. Yes, it is. Yes. November 19th and December 4th. November 19th is the eclipse of the moon. The last full solar eclipse for 2 years is happening December 4th. Lynette's saying, what's coming up with this next eclipse? What's coming up with this next eclipse? So the lunar eclipse on November 19th. Lynette would like to know, will I be able to drink the tears of my enemy? Ooh, gross. Why would you want to? I know what you mean, but no. Oh, gross. All right, 4 of Cups. Somebody's a party pooper, but generally speaking, people are fine. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, there it is. 7 of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Hermit. 6 of Swords. And 8 of Swords. Definitely some people being hemmed in. Sometimes in this deck, this feels like this woman's being unwrapped rather than wrapped, but this one feels like she's not only being wrapped, but it's like cutting off circulation all the way up her body. Somebody's in for a world of hurt, and that is my going up the river card. But it could be transportation, trying to keep an open mind. It Kevin Brazil, I predict a successful novel published that day. Thank you. Thank you for that. But I'm actually looking at November 19th. But thank you, Kevin. The usual thing, like Tucker Carlson's, oh my gosh, that documentary thing he's trying to make. Unbelievable. Yeah, the usual. This isn't that far off. I mean, it's just a couple of weeks, or a few weeks. So, economy might be improving. I think we got a card earlier about just working. But a lot of people are still stuck at home. But this feels tight. This feels like, I don't know if it's January 6th committee. I don't know if it's law enforcement, but they are just tightening on somebody harder than they have. So that's what I'm getting for that. So here in the States, Laura Sorensen, feels like your cards are sticking with the politics of the day. That's what I read on every day, and I think they're like, well, you probably want to know about this. It's like, yeah, I do, actually. I'm a politics junkie. But 3 cards. What non-political thing will the lunar eclipse on November 19th bring for us? What non-political thing? Oh gosh, absolutely. Some prayers to Lucky Girl's mother-in-law. It's going in for surgery tomorrow. Absolutely. Non-political. Queen of Wands, woman of action. Wheel of Fortune. Five of Wands, King of Cups. Things are pretty much hit and miss right now. And as much as I'm trying to get away from politics kind of follows you around. You go out. I mean, even around here, people haven't been wearing masks. And I'm just like, really? I do. I almost never go anywhere. I wear masks. But stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not getting anything huge. What we should look at is more the solar eclipse, December 4th. Laura Sorensen says, no, don't misunderstand. I'm good with it. I just don't want someone to try to apply it to personal. Pardon, what, huh? Laurel. Feels like your cards are sticking with the politics of the day. Oh, I see. Okay. It's not personal. Okay. Fair enough. All right. What about the solar eclipse? December 4th, my father's birthday. My Sagittarian father with his Leo moon. Quiet, retiring man that he is. Sensitive, all about other people. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but he knows the kind of person he is, and we love him. You know, everybody's supposed to be different. Michelle is saying, I went to the supermarket today, had a mask on. I'm sure people think I'm hyper cautious. I'm happy to stay that way. You and me both. Yeah. Okay. Solar eclipse. This is going to be the last full solar eclipse for about 2 years. How is that going to affect us? Other than the usual craziness that you get it, like extra huge. It's like an extra huge full moon as far as affecting people in general. Let's see. Solar eclipse, December 4th. How will it affect us? 4 of Swords. All right, quiet as a tomb. Okay. 5 of Swords. Lovers. Page of Pentacles. 3 of Wands. 7 of Pentacles. How will the solar eclipse affect us? Well, it's harvest. You harvest on the full moon. So there's the traditional meaning. There's people acting like, if you'll excuse the term, buttheads. People getting there in the getting riled up in other ways. But that's, I guess it's the moon, but it's just right in the center there. We're just going about our business. Tides will be extra high. I'm not getting catastrophe. I'm getting the normal stuff you get when you get an eclipse, a solar eclipse. So that's good. Better than the alternative. Not very exciting for readings, but I like when, it's like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Oh, it's just kind of good. I like that. Oh, lucky girl, you are such a dear. You are such a dear. And there are good people here who send really positive energy. They're sending very positive energy. Lucky girl's mother-in-law is having surgery. All right. We're not saying people generally acting foolish. It's a super strong full moon. Yeah, that's it. All right. Was there something else? Something specific? Lynette says I get sick during those. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, good. Ashley sent Lucky Girl's mother-in-law Archangel Healing. Got chills and tears. Much love, dear. You guys are awesome. Bless you, sweetheart. Hello, pumpkin. How are you? Oh, I'm going to sharpen the glass. How are you, good pumpkin? How are you, good boy? Pumpkin sighting. You're a good boy. All right. How is Christmas going to be for... What's Christmas going to be like this year? Or the holidays? Like the December holidays? Is it going to be frustrating? Is it going to be really good for business? Is it... yes, Alfie. Is it good? Ashley says, bless you to the kitty. Yes. Rare sighting, indeed. It's a pumpkin. Hello, pumpkin. Good boy. All right, what's the Christmas season going to be like? I even looked at maybe even getting a tall, really narrow tree to put between the chairs, but no, I'm not. No, I don't have $200 for a tree. It's like, no, we're gonna have to make do with some nice little throws on the chairs. Yeesh. Rob T, he only came into the room to sneeze. What probably happened is he came in the room and the lights are so bright. You have no idea how bright these lights are. They're hurting my eyes, but and it probably made him sneeze, but I like that. Oh, Stephanie Martin, please send some prayers and healing my husband's way. He's been in the hospital since September 15th. So Stephanie Martin's husband. Healing energy. My mother prays the rosary, and so there's this part of my brain that wants to just. I haven't prayed the rosary since I was a teenager, but there's just a little part of my brain that wants to say, "Bless Stephanie Martin's husband, who is in the hospital. May his health improve quickly. Hail Mary, full of grace." But I do. I hope he gets better very, very soon. So, okay. Ashley says, put up some lights, maybe shaped like a tree on the wall. We just did that one year when we couldn't afford a tree. Maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. But how are the holidays going to be for people? Still howling at the moon. Okay. But we'll get to eat soup more. Yes, there was howling at the moon, but we could have cocoa. That's Alfie singing the song of his people. His name is Robert, aka Bob. Okay. Yes, dear. Yes, precious one. How are you doing? Are you doing okay? Are you doing okay, good boy? You're all right. Yes, you are. You're the good owl. Yes, you are the good owl. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. Oh, for little munchkins. Tower. There's the Sun. 5 of Wands. 9 of Cups. Okay. This is bad. But this is kind of now. This is the sun coming out. Well, actually, specifically, it's the darkest night of the year. So it's the sun not being out for long. And there'll still be some turmoil in do people wear masks or not, or, whatever else is going on. But these are this is the card of the merchant. And it ends with a merchant who's like, yeah, all right. All right. Good. This could be catastrophic energy, and it's just not. Oh, jeez. Give him his privacy. Okay. Do you have a 5? Go fish. Oh boy. Page. What are the cards saying here? 10 of Wands, 5 of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Burden, insult. Keep on keeping on like you did at school if you were being picked on. Just stick to your knitting, do your thing. Our time here is so short. It really is. I am aware of that. I think about that almost every day at some point. Are we done bathing? Are we done bathing? Good kid. Yes, he's done bathing. Okay. I think about that almost every day. It's like, I'm only here for a short time. It's one of the reasons I do like keeping things tidy, is because it's like somebody's going to have to deal with my stuff. You know. Christmas looked pretty good. Christmas looked like there would be some happy merchants, in the end. I'm sure not everybody, but I was getting good energy, so that's good. Okay. Let's see here. Michelle says, looks like someone will be having a decent Black Friday this year. Looks like it. Yep. All right. What else can I read on for you, wonderful people? I didn't come with any questions. I'm trying to go with the energy because I've got the time and I've got the freedom to just kind of relax and just what's the energy doing? What's our energy doing together? You guys are so sweet. Actually, we were reading on Christmas. So we've looked at Halloween in the future. We looked at Christmas. We looked at 2022. Rob, here we go. Laurel says, is there anything politically you don't want to read on the regular YouTube channel? Yes. Anything to do with Democrats? It causes fighting. Causes arguments in the chat, and it's like, maybe I won't be covering that topic. Rob is saying, will Election Day ever become a federal holiday? Skip it if it's been asked before. Oh, sure. Look. Will Election Day ever become a federal holiday? I imagine they'd have to move it to a Monday. Jessica says, love multiplied is just what the world needs, and we are here for. Nice. Election Day in the U.S. Will ever be a federal holiday? And if the Republicans have anything to say about it. Four of Swords. 5 of Ghosts. Dead in the water legislation. Disappointment. 8 of Wands, far right throwing everything they can possibly throw at. King of Pentacles, Republicans in charge. Ace of just not until we can get rid of all of this far right garbage. Okay, lucky girl, are many of us from the same soul family? Did we agree to come here at this time and find each other this way to support each other through all this craziness? Ashley is saying that, I inspired it. Oh, Oh, good. Inspired me to learn and try tarot. Changed my life when I lost everything at the start of the pandemic. Sorry. I'm sorry. All right. Well, look at that soul family. And then Jessica has a question about the education system. Okay. Are we from the same soul family? Are many of us from the same soul family? Well, also, how high up the hierarchy are we at? Are we saying? I mean, you know how I feel about the divine and then the archangels, and then it's fractal going down. So us being in the same soul family, how high are we going here? But I know what you mean. No, it's good. I'm transformed. Oh, good, Ashley. Good. Agree to help each other. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, story time. When I was working at the bookstore, Kate Priest, who's on the noon live stream sometimes, she and I worked at Barnes & Noble in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. And but I was working there one night. We had just closed, and I was closing with Mel. Her name was Mel. I was closing with Mel, and we put at the end of the shift, one of my favorite things to do was actually deal with the books and not the cash register and stuff like that, which made me just crazy. So there would be this metal roller cart, very narrow thing, but tall. And it was, anyway, so you could stack books up very easily. And as people would bring books back to have us reshelve them, or books that were returned, they'd pile up on this rack. So as soon as we closed, the people who were still on the floor, when we closed, first thing we did was grab those and start reshelving them. So, customer service desk in the center of the store, standing there, we've got books laid out, trying to put things in the right, kind of do a category of things, and we're doing this. And of course, I'm probably just so happy, because I spent most of that job just being so happy whenever the shift ended, because it gave me, that job gave me so much stress. My numbers were fantastic, best in the store, but the stress was just, and you don't get paid much, and this whole thing. So things were not good, but I was hanging in there. I got to be around the books. We're putting books away, and Mel suddenly just goes, I'm like, what? She said, I had a dream about this. I had a dream about this a few weeks ago. This exact thing. Every detail exact. And I just went, oh. Was I there? And she said, yeah. I said, so you mean to tell me that ringing through time, since the beginning of creation, it was destined that I would be standing here in this nearly minimum wage job? It's kind of depressing. But now I think it's funny. So, so are we destined to help each other? Well, apparently I was destined to be in that job. Anyway, are we in the same soul family? Johnny does have a delightful giggle. His thing about the keeping money in your that was funny. 8 of we're workmates. We are. Maybe it's because my son's in the 6th house, but I think I'm not a we're here to learn lessons kind of person. Well, no, I mean we get a work order. Go down here, be there for this, fix that, help over there. Okay. That's what we're here for. And if as we learn, well, yeah, if you're a plumber and you go to a job, you're going to learn things. That's how you get experience. Anyway, so we're workmates. 5 of Wands, Ace of Cups, and the Emperor. We've been through a lot. There could be some connection, just energetic familiarity. But we're connected to everybody. Do you know what I mean? But there could be some of us. I'm meant to be doing what I'm doing. Lucky Girl says you were destined to be with books. I hope so. I keep running back to them. I love them. Ultimately, we're from the same source, though. I don't know. I don't know. I find myself just slightly off from a lot of the more common spiritual beliefs. I don't think we're here to learn. I think a lot of it just has to do with vibration. But anyway, 2 Kit Kats. Who gets Kit Kats? I can't eat them anymore, but right. Okay, so there was another question. What is needed to improve the educational system? Okay, sure. Ashley says the ace feels like healing to me. I don't know. You're reading and using your energy to be here for us. I hope I help. And if I went back to a very young me and I said this is what I'd be doing at this point in my life, I think young me would be quite pleased. But I wasn't allowed to own tarot cards. It was not in the Catholic household I grew up in. My parents are still not particularly fond of these things, but they calm people down, makes people happy. They're Republican. I don't make a lot of money, but I've basically created a little job for myself, just a part-time job for myself. And that I pretty much knew that would be the convincing factor with them, and by golly, it was. But that's not why I'm doing it. If money is what motivated me, I wouldn't be doing this. I would not be doing a daily live stream on YouTube. Kevin says you're a young late bloomer. Thank you. Lucky Girl says, I like hearing your take on spiritual stuff. It helps to hear other people's ideas on the subject. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Ashley says, my mom is the same. She doesn't like them. I'm like, they're just paper with pictures. The education system. Oh, boy. Oh, this jumped out. Whew. Go get her, kids. goodness. What is needed to improve? High Priestess. Okay, that's very. We already have some very, very well educated teachers. That's not the failing. Six of Wands, Three of Cups. Oops, sorry. Page of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. Okay. One of the main things that needs to change about the U.S. education system is that education is funded by local real estate taxes, property taxes. Makes wildly unfair advantages for certain kids over others. It just does. That's got to change. But even in some of the poorest districts, if there are teachers who find creative ways to really get kids engaged. There needs to be more flexibility in figuring out what these people are doing, how they're doing it, and replicating that. Because I don't know, I'm not in education, but it feels like they may look at the people who are setting standards or what have you. They may be looking at these kind of teachers, but seeing them as outliers and saying, well, not everybody can replicate that. So let's not try to create that. You could create some more of them. But it's got to be some more open-mindedness. There's absolutely got to be massive changes in how education is funded in this country. Because there are extremely well-educated, and of course the political garbage, like that ad by Youngkin. Oh, please. My child brought home such a disturbing book. It was years ago. Isn't your kid already like a lawyer? Wasn't that years ago? And he was in AP English, which is advanced placement. Therefore, the book would have it potentially more adult content. Anyway, the right-wing garbage. But generally speaking, you have well-educated people who, on the whole, who want to do a good job and want to help. Give them resources and let them help. That's what I'm getting. So, Sean Miller says, some people feel tarot cards on Halloween are evil. Don't ask me. There's always astral gunk. If you come at it with a low vibration, you get garbage. So, Ashley's saying Texas is banning over 800 books. Yeah, book banning. Wow, that's always what you get in a free and fair society. Authoritarians never do that. Jessica saying, great notion about the local tax question. I had not thought about that. I hope it helps in some way in the cosmos. Just a thought. Lynott, if he was taking college classes in high school, there's a chance he would have to read that book. Mm-hmm. Laurel is asking, are Ouija boards evil? I will repeat one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life, and I will tell you what I think of Ouija boards. Ouija boards, I don't touch them. I find that there is kind of a, how do I put it, core energy to certain tools. And tarot cards, I think they've been used more and more over time. There are more and more people using them for in good ways, and I think it's built up a thought form that is quite positive. And I think that there are, um, I think it's a good tool that our guides are able to kind of funnel the energy through and get them to work. Um, Ouija boards, they just don't have it's very low vibration. I've I've never personally known anyone who uses a Ouija board who is someone I want reading one for me. And I know of a couple of people who've come at it with a high enough vibration, but strangely enough, they didn't use like the Parker Brothers Ouija board. They would actually draw something out themselves. They draw out the alphabet and the yes and the no. And they could do it, and they've done it so much they could do it very quickly. And they could do it on with chalk on a wall. They could do it, in all these different settings. That seems to be a different thing. But yeah, it tends to there is this astral gunk and these lower vibrations, and they're parasites. So they're trying to scare us, and they're trying to get in our heads, and they're trying to, because they feed off of any negative energy we put off. So, and there's just something about Ouija boards. It doesn't work particularly well for raising your energy level. What was the even some tarot decks have not great energy. I don't know how Lena can use the Thoth deck. I remember I bought a Thoth deck way back in college, and I tried using it for a little while. It was like, I don't like the energy on this thing. No. So, yeah. Okay, the funny story. Lucky girl, and who wants astral fleas anyway? Yuck, exactly. One of my, repeating the story, but in case somebody hasn't heard it, one of my very favorite Mystery Science Theater moments was in the first season, it was very early on anyway, and they were still doing an invention exchange at the beginning. And so each come up with who could come up with the better invention. And the mad scientist and his henchmen, they showed up one day and they said, we have updated the Ouija board. And which is actually also just a weird name. It's yes in French and German. Should be ya, but it's Ouija because it's a J. But that's where it came from. Stupid name. Anyway, we've updated the Ouija board, and they had the whole cloaks and lowered the lights a little, or they to do this whole mystical thing. And they're like, okay, and for the planchette, and they picked up, it was a jigsaw, a saw, with the blade that goes straight down that you can cut specific shapes. And they turned it on, and they're going over the Ouija board with this jigsaw, going, "Oh, Ethan Allen." I love that. And that's what I think of. That's what I think of when people bring up Ouija boards, because it makes me laugh. The yes board, the yes board. So yes. Oh, Ethan Allen. All right, so that's it for the yes board. Just Jessica's saying I learned tarot with one of the most reverend being named Angela Afruan. Okay. I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that person. Angela Arian. Okay. Kevin Bazil, funny carpenter gag. Lynette says one of my coworkers has a yes board on her wall in her office. I do not like the energy of it. Oh. Little spray bottle, little salt water. Just happened to be going past it. Oh. So I watched way too much Mystery Science Theater in the 90s. Way too much. I mean, I was in college when it came out, so I started watching it pretty early on. And I still, my favorite episode is still Space Mutiny. You can't beat Space Mutiny. I've installed railings, including the ankle-high, barbed, spinning, whisper quiet railing. You what? Nah! Anyway. Yes, an astral cleaning walk by. Yep. Oh, okay. So you learned to use the toss deck in the 70s from someone who knew what they were doing. Well, good. I'm glad. Says I did too. Oh, have you actually? I love that. Have you actually gone by, just little salt water, just accidentally, I'm just leaning against it to fix my shoe. Just sprinkle water on it. Yeah. Ashley, I'm just cleaning. Squirt, squirt. Don't mind me. That would make me crazy. Oh, it's a yawn. Jessica says, though the deck comes into our timeline by Alex Crowley, a very complex being. That's a good way to put that. He was inspired by the original Egyptian panels. Okay. Yep. Egyptians had a whole thing going on. Whole thing going on. So, is there anything else I can look up for you guys? Since this is Halloween Eve, and the spirit, the veil between us and the afterworld, the afterlife, is thinner than normal, mainly because we all say it is and expect it to be, so it is. I feel very blessed, by the way. And I very much, I always sound like a crazy person when I talk about having guides, but I do believe we each have guides, and I've got to thank mine. Because I do these readings all the time. I do these readings every day. And I don't get creepy gunk in this house. And I don't know why, but I'm so grateful. I don't get weird noises. I don't get, I don't know how I got so lucky. But Lucky Girl, what does Crowley think about us using the toss deck he created? Does he have any advice or warnings about them? And that is a lot, unfortunately. I don't know. He may not be talking to me, Maya, so I don't quite know what that means. Crowley. Oh, boy. Okay. Hey, Alistair. How you doing? Do you have a minute? We have a question about your tarot deck. Quite the showman. Quite the showman. And I can't really complain. I mean, look at me. Glass house. Throwing stones. You don't have to channel him. Lynette says, I don't like his energy. I hear you. She says, I've got white light on standby. Thank you. Well, you asked what he thinks. What do you think about how we use your deck? He's shouting. My ears are hurting. I can't hear him. I can't hear what he's saying, but he's shouting. Okay. Dude, chill. Superiority complex. That I am deaf, that I am blah, 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 blah. Nine of Swords. I'm not going to lose sleep over you, dude. Moon. Nine of Cups. Four of... If he was still alive, he would take the energy and he would use it. He would pull in all the energy being used through his deck, and he would be focusing it in on his own rituals to amp up his own spells and workings, and he would be just a huge siphon of energy. It's not really why people buy the deck, but that doesn't really matter to you, does it? Yeah, okay. Well, thank you. I wanted to know, and that's the answer. Thank you. I appreciate it. Divine bless you. Divine bless you. Okay. Rob DC says, moon card alert, moon card alert. Yeah. Lucky girl. So an energy vampire. You know how we read on these super entitled guys? The 1800s and 1900s, where, and certainly before then it was, patriarchy palooza, but oh my gosh. It's, yeah. Byron saying, it doesn't surprise me about your house. Your guides realize they are very well worth protecting because of your positive attitude and all the love you share with others. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. Jessica says, I would be interested in the Egyptian view on the tarot. Oh, okay. And Ashley is saying real fast, how's the next year's Halloween going to be in 2022? That's a good place to end. But first, what is ancient Egyptian? What is the ancient Egyptian view of the tarot? Whew. It's always a trip reading about ancient Egypt. They were very devout. They were certainly as surprisingly civilized for their day. What could we learn from it? How would it filter back into what we do? Lynette would like to know, are there really werewolves in London? Yeah. On a full moon, go to the average club. They're all over. Lucky Girl says, how rude of Crowley. He didn't even mock you about your lipstick color like Nostradamus. It's true. There was no humor in that at all. My ears still hurt. He was shouting, just yelling, and, insulting and, ugh, go away. He is gone, but gone. Foul creature. Ugh. Titled blankety blank. The universe does not revolve around thee. Anyway. Jessica says the cards are supposed to have been sourced in their times of spiritual insight. Lot says, I have major chills up and down my spine from him. I just want my ears to stop hurting. He's not here, but I just want my ears to stop hurting. Empress. Eight of Cups, Knight of Wands, and Star. The thing about the ancient Egyptians is, from our perspective, they seem so wildly open-minded that they came up with this, and they incorporated all of this, and they brought it all together, and it's so different from the Judeo-Christianity that so many Europeans were brought up in. So it looks very, wow, these must be really open-minded people. No, not really. Oh no, Lucky Girl, it's fine. It's fine. And your heart's in the right place, and that's what matters. And I'm trying to help you. So if our hearts are in the right place, there's no entitled. Nobody can take that away. They were patriarchal, over thousands and thousands and thousands of years. They came up with their own explanations for phenomenon. They had their own spiritual practices, but most of them were just people just with the same kind of problems you'd think we have, you have, I have. And if you, in the same way that you could go to any church, or not any church, you could go to most churches today, and you'd have these people. It's like, my great-grandfather believed in this, my grandfather believed in this, my father believes in this, I believe in this, my children will believe in this. We do the rituals, we do the thing, and over time, over long periods of time, you get kind of almost a Chinese whispers kind of thing, where a little change here kind of catches on, and then a little change, and on and on. So very normal. And it was only occasionally you'd get, who was Nefertiti married to? Guy who had everybody worshiping Ra as the one god. You get outliers like that, but on the whole, these were the beliefs. And so what did the ancient Egyptians, what did they think of tarot? It's not what they do, because most of them were just people just going about their lives the way they were raised. It's not very mystical or fun, but that's what I'm picking up. Oh, no, Lucky Girl, you're fine. You're fine. Jessica says the Egyptians tapped into the deep archetypes and expressed them in panels used later to inspire the cards. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Sean Miller says, may your dreams be filled with puppies and kittens carrying pumpkins. Yes. Yes. Kathy W., I agree. Lucky Girl's heart is always in the right place. Yes. Pumpkins, to Sean. Akhenaten. Thank you, Lynette. Thank you. We had a question about Halloween next year. And Lucky Girl's also wondering, how much did the cats the Egyptians kept love being idolized? They were cats. They didn't. They were treated well. You know, they could tell when they were being treated well, but they can't comprehend. You know, I mean, I'm covered in cats here. Cat shape, cat shape, cat shape, cat shape, cat shapes. Cat. He doesn't recognize any of this. He doesn't. He just wants me to go sit on the chair next to him and read a book or something. So Lynette says you need to read on that whole thing and what went down. Oh, Akhenaten? I think you need a historian. Somebody who's really into that kind of thing. You could read on it. You know a lot about it. But Halloween next year. That was the last one. Halloween next year. And I need to give my eyes a break. These lights are very bright. The Klieg lights, I call them. They're not Klieg lights, but man, it feels like it. Okay, Halloween 2022. What is that going to be like? Better. Oh, goodness. I'm feeling better energy. Some happy energy. Nice. Oh, Lucky Girl, you've got nothing to apologize for. Grammar and spelling, especially with, typos and what have you. I deal with them every day. I create them and I read them on camera. That's life. I've got some good energy. Okay. Halloween 2022. 3 of Wands. We'll be starting to see some of the results of things we've done coming back to us. Getting people vaccinated. Trying to make some more trying to help some people, trying to get people back on their feet. We're going to start seeing some of the results of things we do now. Good. Ace of Cups. We're also going to be right on top of the midterms. So, matter of fact, Windows 10. It says my computers can run Windows 11, but it's not giving me the option. August, September, October, November 2022. The first Tuesday of the month is the 1st. So election day is going to be November 1st. So it'll be the day before election day. Wow. The midterms. We'll be a little stressed. I forgot about that too. 2 of Swords. Page of Pentacles, Empress. We'll be making our decision. Democrats will be in. They're pretty good. Republicans look a little weak, but people are getting ready to make their decision. Kids enjoying whatever version of Halloween they can get, and there's America just keeping on. I like it. So pretty good energy. Yeah, I'll take it. It is silly. Not once have I been nervous about my Halloween costume. Not once until right now. I hope it's good enough. I hope I can make it work. I hope I can get the thing to work on the thing, and I'll be fine. And Sarah's going to help me. She's going to be on. Sarah sometimes when I'm in StreamYard, before I go live, she'll sometimes I'll give her the invitation, and she'll come in and she'll be on the other side of the screen. She'll help me with colors or look up some questions or something. So she really helps keep me calm when I'm stressed. And tomorrow I'm going to be stressed, but she's going to be there, and I'll be like, okay, now what do I do? What do I do with this? And what do I? Okay, how about this? How about that? How about this? What about here? Anyway, my saying we appreciate the effort. Oh, thank you. So, but it'll be fun, and it'll be brief, but it'll work. Kathy W says, I hope so. But oh, and I need to find a YouTube clip that helps explain why I chose what I chose. Okay. Well, that's going to do it for me for this month. Thank you so much for helping out with the channel. And thank you for your kindness. And I'm so grateful. Thank you. All right. No, I guarantee you, Lynette, I'm not going to be the heroine from Roald Dahl's Lamb to the Slaughter. No. I don't actually, I've seen his name written a bazillion times, but I don't actually know how to pronounce it. Sorry. So that's going to be it for me. Yep. Have a wonderful rest of your night, day, whenever you're seeing this. And I think it's time for a cup of cocoa and a little time with the kitty. And putting on something a little more comfortable, but it's been fun. So I'm retiring this for the year, and never forget his little teeth, little tiny teeth. Oh, the cutie. Yep. So little mummy, little witch kitty. So, all right, that's gonna do it. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow at noon. All right, take care. Thank you.